What is going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trainer podcast. It's your boy, B Mark. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the fact that you've gone too far. You pushed it too far, you pushed the limit too much, and now you must retreat. And you might be listening to this podcast right now and you have exhausted yourself, right? You've been challenging yourself. You've been posting more often than you're used to. You've been pushing your comfort zones. You've been going live more than you're used to. Your business is growing and you're not sure if you can handle the workload while you're working at another job. And you feel like you're at your limit. How many of you feel like you're at your limit? And as a result of feeling like you're at your limit, what we end up doing is we end up backing off because we feel like we cannot handle more, right? And this is the biggest struggle that most online trainers have when it comes to growing their business beyond 3K, 5K, 7K, 10K a month is it gets really fucking uncomfortable once you actually start making money and your business starts popping off. And in those feelings of uncomfortability, we feel these feelings of like, yo, I've gone too far. I have to turn back. I can't keep up with this workload. I can't keep up with this weight. I can't keep up with this amount of, activity that I'm doing right now. And I want to give you the framework to think through in today's podcast to really help you identify the limitations that you place on yourself. I also want to help you get so fucking crystal clear on this idea of unlimited potential. And finally, I want to teach you how to expand your mindset, expand your capacity, expand your capability so that you can achieve every single goal that you ever set for yourself. And I want to talk about my journey into actually being a millionaire, because this is something that I forced myself into becoming. And when I say force myself into becoming, there was a period in time. So Cole and I, the backstory goes, Cole and I were building our fitness business, Aesthetic Nation, for 5 years. And while Cole and I were building our fitness business, Aesthetic Nation, we actually didn't take a proper payout from the company the entire time that we ran it. We just basically paid ourselves like a monthly salary, whatever. We never, ever, ever took a payout from the company. So for 5 years, we were just accumulating cash in the bank. We never took a payout. We never took the money. We were just accumulating cash. And so in 2020, for the first time ever, Cole and I decided we're going to take our first payout. And because we had just been stacking money for a couple of years, there was a couple $100,000 in there, a few $100,000. And I started looking at this house that I'm currently living in right now. I'm sitting in my fucking basement in my 6,500 square foot mansion. What's up? We started looking at this house, and the house was on the market for $2 million. And on homes that are over $1 million, you need to put a 25% deposit. So for us to move into this house, the house was $2.1 million. And so our deposit was 550,000 plus fees. So basically my entire payout that I had just gotten from PT Domination, I was about to invest in a house. And I remember in 2020 feeling, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it, whatever, let's just do it. And I did it because I knew that my intention was to throw the first ever PT Domination event, and I was going to use the basement that I'm sitting in right now. And I'd never sold an event ticket. I'd never planned an event before. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I had enough, faith that I could make it work. And when I looked at the house, it was perfect for events. And so I made the decision alongside my wife that we were going to buy this fucking house, and we were going to basically empty both of our bank accounts to make sure that we put the deposit down. We had to fucking face the reality that if our business doesn't succeed, we're going down. So that was 4 years ago. And in that time period that I made that investment, for the first 2 weeks that I made that investment, I literally felt like I was going to fucking crack. I was it was just so much pressure. I'd been building up my savings for 3 years, and then I just fucking spent it in a minute. And I was that was fucking stupid. I was so I was frustrated, but I was also hungry. And in that moment, I felt like I had gone too far. I was you've gone too far. This is too much. You came from a trailer park. You came from a trailer park background. You had a drug addiction. You've gone too far. You've pushed it too much. You've expanded beyond your potential, expanded beyond your capacity. You need to turn back. But I fucking didn't. I kept going. So I kept going. The gym happens, right? And for those of you guys that know the gym story, Aesthetic Nation Gym, the reason that I'm the 75% shareholder is during COVID, we decided that we were going to stay open. And our previous owners, even though they agreed to stay open, they got, they weren't so happy about the repercussions of staying open. So they basically told me, we're going to sell our shares so you can buy them, or we're going to sell them to somebody else. And I'm okay, sweet. So I'm going to have random ass partners in my business. So I made the decision to buy the shares of my partners. which was a $750,000 investment. Now, this is after I had just made the decision that I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to, like, I was saving money. I was doing good. I was like rebuilding my piggy bank into my fucking bank account. And then bam, $750,000 investment. And I'm like, I made the investment. And for the next 6 months, I literally felt like I was going to crack. I was like, I'm not going to be able to make it through this. I feel like I'm going to fucking crumble. There's like so much pressure running 2 businesses now, not one, but 2. Like trying to keep up with my social media, trying to make sure that I'm not a shitty fucking husband, trying to make sure that I don't get fat because of all the stress. Every single day, I felt like I was going to crack. I felt like I had gone too far. I felt like I needed to turn back. I felt like I made a mistake. I kept fucking going. The story goes, my first Instagram account, BMarkFit, got disabled. And this Instagram account that got disabled had 4,100 posts on it. You guys can go check it up right now. 4,100 posts. And it got disabled permanently. Bam, that's it. So I actually ended up getting it back, but that's another story for another day. And I remember starting my brand new Instagram account, and I had literally started from nothing, zero, nada, bien, and started from nothing. And Cole at this time was going viral as fuck on all platforms. Like literally, like everything Cole posted went viral. Everything I posted got 200 fucking views. And so I started producing more content at Cole. I was like, I can't be as good as him in terms of the quality, but I can beat him in terms of quality. So like, I'm going to fucking go with quantity. So I started putting out 2 reels every day, 7 days a week. And the views were like 200, 300, 500, 700, 700, 1,000, 1,000, 1,500, 1,500. Slowly but surely, they started to increase. And honestly, during that time period, when I was growing my Instagram account, when my fucking, all my content was getting like 500 to 2,000 views while running 2 businesses, while fucking just dealing with the pressure of just being an entrepreneur, I was like, I fucking cannot handle the fact that my content isn't hitting. I feel like this is like, I'm not going to be able to keep up with this 2 times a day bullshit. I'm eventually going to fucking crack. Fuck. But I kept going. I felt like I had gone too far, but I kept fucking going. And then last year, I got the opportunity to speak on stage at the Limitless Arena. And I got to introduce my idol, Gary Vaynerchuk, on stage because of my social media presence. My social media presence had made enough of an impact where somebody invited me out to come speak. And then I got the opportunity to introduce my fucking idol on stage. We're talking about somebody that I looked up to since I started entrepreneurship. Literally introduced him on stage in front of 7,000 people. That's the first time I ever met him. I felt like I had gone too far and I felt like I wasn't going to be able to keep up with the workload. But here I fucking was on stage introducing Gary Vaynerchuk because I didn't quit. Let's talk about the podcast. I'm back in the podcast game now. What's up? However, there was a period in time, you guys, like, and you guys might remember this time period if you're a loyal podcast listener. Like, there was a period in time where for like a full year, I only did 1 episode a week, like a full fucking year. And the reason I only did 1 episode a week for a full fucking year, when usually I do 5 a week, is because I felt like I had gone too far. I got to 1,000 podcast episodes. And once I got to 1,000 podcast episodes, I was like, this is too much fucking activity for me. I can't keep up. I have to turn back. But here we are, 5 podcast episodes a week, baby. We're at it. We're back at it. I want you guys to write this down because the entire fucking reason that I did this podcast is this one sentence that I'm about to say to you right now. If you understand what I'm about to say to you right now, you are going to achieve massive fucking success in your life. I promise. Write this down. Don't forget it. You'll never know how far you can go until you've gone too far. You'll never know how far you can go until you've gone too far. Period. There are so many times in my life where I felt like I had gone too far and I felt like I was going to give up and I felt like I was going to give in, but I just fucking held on. And sometimes in life, when your back's against the wall and you're up against the ropes, you feel like you're getting the fucking shit kicked out of you. All you can do is hold on. But if you just hold on and you just stay strong and you just keep going and you just keep making steps forward, I promise you, not only are you going to get through it, but you are going to expand beyond your current capacity. And the reason that most people in life never get to the goals that they want or the destination that they'd like to reach is as soon as they start expanding and it feels uncomfortable, they stop doing the activities that were producing the success in the first place because they feel like they've gone too far. I feel like I've taken on too much responsibility. I feel like I'm not going to be able to handle this. I feel like this is too much for me. I feel stressed out. I feel tapped out. I feel overwhelmed. Do you know how much overwhelm I dealt with in the period where I bought $750,000 worth of shares from the gym? Not only that, but also knowing that anything that went wrong in the gym, I now had to be 75% responsible for. You know how much pressure that was on me? Like I literally felt like I was going to fucking crumble. I was like, I cannot sustain this, but I just fucking held on. And I'm telling you guys that holding on in that moment literally was me talking to myself every single day, being like, do not fucking quit. Do not quit. Do not quit. We're not quitting. But as a result of not only outlasting the storm, but like making it through the storm. Like the gym is stronger than ever. It's got more members than ever. It's doing more financially than it ever has. And we're building the best gym in Canada. But there was a period in time where I felt like I was going to give up. I felt like I was going to give in. And every fucking voice in my fucking body was telling me that I'd had enough. But you'll never know how far you can go until you've gone too far. You're so afraid of failure that you give up and you give in before you even have a chance to fall flat on your face. But don't you know that the most beautiful lessons in life are on the other side of that failure? Like, don't you know that the chances that you fail when you go all into the thing that you want are like slim to none, legit? And my definition of failure is not falling flat on your face because you took on too much responsibility. My definition of failure is you fucking quit. You stop doing the activities that got you the level of success in the first place. But so many people end up afraid that they're not going to be able to sustain the level of success that they're trying to achieve. And so they just self-sabotage and they stop doing the activities that got them successful because they feel like they can't keep up. But you don't know how far you can go until you've gone too far. And I promise you, if you take that mindset and you embody it, you can just push your potential every fucking day and just like work on expansion. It's like you reach your fucking outer limits. You can sense your body, your mind, your emotions start to freak out. And you're like, cool, I'm going to fucking sit here. Like, I'm just going to sit here in this fucking fire. I'm just going to sit in this emotion and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to back away. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm just going to sit right here in the fire and I'm not going to fucking quit. And when you do that, you get success. It's so funny because I truly do think that if you get this, you get life. Every piece of information that you need right now to be successful is already online. All of it. Every single piece of information that you need to be successful is already online. Information is not the fucking problem. Go to ChatGPT for pretty much anything that you need. I use ChatGPT to do my taxes now, okay? ChatGPT is giving me fucking tax strategy. You can literally do anything with the technology that we have today. It is not a lack of information that we possess. It is a lack of belief in self. It is a lack of follow through. It is a lack of integrity. It is a lack of action. That is what we're missing in today's society. And the only reason that you wouldn't take action towards the things that you want is you genuinely believe that you're not going to get the fucking thing. It's called a sense of learned hopelessness. There's a story, and it's not a story, it's a fucking fact. This is how they train elephants, okay? So if you're an elephant and you're in the circus, this is how they train you. You're a baby elephant. What happens is they take a fucking stake, like a giant wooden stake, fucking stick it in the ground. Bam, right? So a baby elephant is fighting and trying to get out of this fucking trap that he's fucking stuck in. He's fighting. And eventually, over time, the elephant learns that there's no point in fighting because I'll never break the stake. And so as the elephant matures, and we're talking about he becomes an adult, like to the point where we see these fucking giant ass elephants in circus tents that are held down with this tiny little stick, when me and you both know that the elephant could literally rip the stick out of the ground and fucking trample through everybody in the arena. The reason that he does not is he has been conditioned to believe that he can't break the stick. Just like you. You're the fucking elephant in the cage. And the reason that you're not pushing yourself or challenging yourself or going all in on yourself is because you honestly believe that there's no point on going all in because you'll never break the fucking cage. You'll never get out of that 9 to 5. You'll never get out of that shitty relationship. You'll never do what the fuck you want to do with your life, which is why you don't push your potential. But you'll never know how far you can go until you've gone too far. And I guarantee you that most of you motherfuckers listening to this podcast right now are not going far enough. You keep turning back. I'm just listening to my fucking emotions. My emotions are telling me to turn back. No, your emotions are telling you to play small and be fucking forgotten like everybody else. Period. Facts. Guys, this is the fucking year of expansion, all right? This is the year where you make the decision that you're going to be bigger than you were last year. This is the year where you stop asking yourself how hard it's going to be and you start asking yourself, how good can it get? This is the year where you go all in and achieve every fucking goal that you've ever had. And then when you do that, you like check them off and you're like, what's fucking next, Captain? This is your year. And you will never get there if you keep stopping. You will never get there if you keep giving in. You will never get there if you allow that internal voice that's telling you to turn back to win. Wake the fuck up. You will never know how far you can go until you've gone too far. So keep fucking going. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.